Hello and welcome back for another episode of TEW. We are back for Friday Night Smackdown. We are 8 days away from Crown Jewel and we are starting to set the scene for our matches that are going to be happening at that pay-per-view. And let's jump into Smackdown and see what we've got on tonight's show. So we open with a pre-show bout that had decent wrestling but not much heat. Jacob Fatu defeating Ashante Adonis in 5:42 with a Samoan drop. Gets a 59 rating, which isn't bad for an opening pre-show bout. And after that we have a 54 rated bout that had subpar wrestling and little heat. Motor City Machine Guns defeat Pretty Deadly in 8:54 when Chris Sabin pinned Elton Prince with a Skull and Bones. So although yes, technically they've come out and debuted, we're not considering this their actual debut. We're just giving them some warm-up matches before they officially appear on TV. In a bout that had terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, Johnny Gargano and the Von Erichs defeated Wolfgang and the Coffey Brothers in 13:18 when Johnny Gargano submitted Joe Coffey with a Gargano escape. 50 rating, Johnny Gargano leaps and bounds above everybody else in the match. We're hoping that as we move forward, what are the changes? Ignore that. We're hoping that the Von Erichs can become a staple in our tag team division, and the same for Wolfgang and the Coffey Brothers, really, as members of Gallus. I'm hoping once they debut for real, we can bring them into the tag team division. I feel like it was lacking a bit, so that's what we're looking to do. Not entirely sure which brand they're going to go on just yet. And now it's time for the main show, which opens with the original tribal chief, Roman Reigns. He says it's time for everything to be sorted. 3 versus 3. Let's do this. The new Bloodline come out and they start attacking Roman before Solo can actually answer him. But out come the Usos to make the save. But as they're fighting off the new Bloodline, and this is apparently, I forgot to put this onto the message at the end here. As they're fighting off the new Bloodline, Solo Sikoa has managed to grab Paul Heyman, takes him away from the ring, and on the ramp, as he accepts Roman's challenge for 3 versus 3 at Crown Jewel, he hits a Samoan spike to Paul Heyman and lays him out. That gets a 73 rating to open the show, which is pretty good. And then it is confirmed by Nick Aldis as well. Bloodline versus Bloodline at Crown Jewel, 59 rating. And we jump into our first match of the show. In a bout that had subpar wrestling and little heat, Andrade defeats Cedric Alexander in 9:31 with a Brillante driver. It was meant to be a high spots match, gets a 55 rating, so pretty decent match for us there. And after the match, LA Knight runs in to attack Andrade, but as he does, Carmelo springs up from nowhere onto the ropes, hits a nothing but net on LA Knight, and then him and Andrade square up over the fallen LA Knight, with the US title lying between them. Next up in a 75 rated segment, Cody Rhodes just says he doesn't understand Kevin Owens' change of attitude recently. This is backstage ahead of their contract signing later tonight. And it's, he's just saying, I don't get why Kevin Owens is so annoyed at me. Like, I've not really done anything wrong, in my opinion, but Kevin Owens clearly annoyed. And Cody says, hopefully we can have this match and sort everything out between us. Next up, not great, in a 48 rated match, Naomi wins a Battle Royal in 13:03 by finally eliminating Chelsea Green. And this does set up Naomi getting her title shot against Nia Jax, which we almost see a preview of as Nia Jax tries to attack Naomi after the bell. Naomi manages to duck and send Nia Jax flying over the top rope, but that match is now set for Crown Jewel. We also then get confirmation as Chelsea's backstage, annoyed after very nearly winning the title shot, and she confirms her and Piper Niven are having their title shot against Bianca and Jade next week on Smackdown. So we're going to get that booked in as well. So this match, they'd earned the right for the match previously, and this is them taking their opportunity, and hopefully for them we might see some new women's tag team champions. And next, in a decent match, AJ Styles and the OC defeat Baron Corbin and the Street Profits. So AJ told them last week, find a tag partner for tonight. The Street Profits managed to get Baron Corbin to come and help them, but with a handful of tights, AJ defeats Angelo Dawkins Gets a 61 rating, so a pretty decent match. And I believe we've got one more match before the contract signing for the Survivor Series match. But after the match, Montez Ford dives in to prevent a further beatdown to Angelo Dawkins as the OC retreat from the ring. Roman Reigns says the new Bloodline are going to have hell to pay for attacking Paul Heyman for a second time, no less. Obviously, in the summer, they powerbombed him through the table. Now Solo's hit a Samoan spike. Roman Reigns, very, very angry. And after a couple of weeks of attacks, DIY are challenging Angel and Berto for a tag team match next week. So that is going to get booked in straight away. So that is 2 tag team matches set for next week. And you would think the winner of this match would have a pretty good shout of getting a shot for the tag team titles as well, given that they're getting that chance. We are going to change Johnny Gargano's gimmick gets adequate, and the same for Tommaso Ciampa, who gets great. Their gimmicks were Shawn Michaels and Triple H, basically cosplaying off them, and they were both bad at it, so we've changed those nice and swiftly. And next up is our main event, and in a decent match, Drew McIntyre defeats Apollo Crews by pinfall with a Claymore kick. Gets a 78 rating, which is absolutely fantastic. So Apollo Crews with a 49, Drew with an 82. But if Apollo Crews is helping get a 78 rated match, I think he might be in for a push. And following that, we have just our main event, the contract signing between Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens. Oh, before that, Drew picks Apollo back up, hits another Claymore kick, and dares Randy Orton to return. And now we have our contract signing. And in that, Cody and Kevin come out for the contract signing. Kevin Owens explains he's pissed with Cody. You know, he clearly doesn't think Kevin Owens is a threat because he keeps ignoring him. Last week, his focus was on Drew McIntyre. Before that, his focus was on Solo Sikoa. When Kevin Owens had a title shot and he could have won it if not for his own guilty conscience. And Kevin Owens is just pissed that, you know, Cody doesn't seem to see him as a threat. Cody explains, you know, I'm standing up for Randy, and Kevin's like, Randy's not your focus. Drew's not your focus. Your focus should be on me, because if you don't focus on me, I'm taking that title away from you. And as Cody is preparing to tell Kevin Owens that his concentration is all there, in comes Drew McIntyre with a Claymore kick to Cody Rhodes. And of course, that results in Cody Rhodes turning his back on Kevin Owens once again. All his focus is on Drew McIntyre. And in doing so, that sends Kevin Owens over the edge. He punches Cody in the back, turns him round, lifts him up, pop-up powerbomb, straight for the table that they've just signed the contracts on. And Kevin Owens officially turning heel. 76 rating, and surely a good show here. A 65 rated show. I know it's still losing its popularity, but that is definite signs of progression in terms of what we have been getting previously. Hopefully we can get another storyline into this hot category, and I think that'll make a big difference for us. Luckily, no warnings from the TV companies for not putting on a good enough show. We have definitely improved as of late. So we had a couple of bad shows last time out. 2 pretty good shows this week. And hopefully, as we head into Crown Jewel, we can get another really good show on board, I think. So let's have a quick look. Because we're larger than medium size, we need to have 2 more storylines that are hot. Companies of medium size or less need to have 1. So we need to have 3. And if we have a look at our storylines, we've got 1, 2, 3. We've got 3. I don't really know why we're getting penalised for that then. If you have any idea why we're getting penalised for not having enough storylines that are hot or more when we have got 3, then please do let me know down below. And please do leave a like down below. Comment who you think's going to win these matches that are set for Crown Jewel at the moment, which are Naomi versus Nia Jax, Sami Zayn versus Gunter, the Bloodline versus the Bloodline, Zelina Vega versus Liv Morgan, and of course we forgot to add in Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE where is it? Undisputed WWE Championship. There we are. Let me know who you think's going to win those matches. I don't think we'll be adding any more matches to that show, but we'll let you know in the next couple of shows, I suppose. If you have enjoyed that, please do subscribe, and thank you very much for watching.